I'll just say that. People say these days, you guys can't. And the thing is, we can. We can do anything we want. We can do it. We are Americans. We are Texans. And it's time to say not to say no, but say yes. We can absolutely do all the things we've been talking about. If we want to talk about healthcare, we can do it. If we want to talk about jobs, we can make them. If we want to talk about the future, we can build it. We can do it together, not just me, not just James, all of you. Our entire campaign for Congress is about you first, people first. And I'm adamant about this. It's listening to you, it's going back to DC and fixing the problems that you are facing. I'm going to show up, I know James is going to show up. We're going to be back, listening, in DC to fix it. We're not going to be missing, we're not going to be gone. We're going to be in our office, we're going to be doing the work. And right now, we got a dude, says a dude, who's never around. He's not here for you, nobody knows where he is. Congress has been out of session for about 8 weeks. It's a paid vacation. The government is shut down. They are getting paid to not be in work. I've had a lot of jobs, and none of them, the boss said, you get paid for not showing up. I will show up. I'll be there for you. There's plenty of work to do. First thing we have to do, we have to kick the guys out who don't belong there. As the opening act, I'm supposed to get a guitar and tell some jokes. Now, plenty of jokes, but the biggest joke is the people who are representing us right now. We can fix it. When people say you can't, and I'll tell you guys, I'm so tired of hearing what we can't do. People say we don't have the money. You know what? We have the money. We just spend it in the wrong place. Every single budget that Congress puts together is an ethical and moral document. It's a document that says these are our choices. Our choices today are give the top 1% tax breaks and screw everybody else. We can stop all of this. We can build a better future. And I'm telling you right now, it's not the future of the past. It's a future where we have to go and look at the small stuff and start with the big stuff. It's difficult to tell a guy, come get a microphone and talk and do some stuff, because the problem is all of us want to keep talking, and that's not my job. My job is to listen to you talk, and then my job is to take that and fix the problems. And all I've done my whole life in more regular jobs is fix problems. That's all I do. I work in innovation. We solve issues. And today what we really need is innovative new ways of solving the problems that you are facing and what your kids are facing in the future. And there are significant issues coming. The problem is the people in charge have to find those problems, and they're more than happy to have you suffer. We know it. We see it today. We have big parties in Florida on the eve of cutting food for children. We can fix every single thing with the right leadership and the right people in office. And there are two of us today more than you. I'm just so pleased to be able to spend a couple minutes with you guys today and tell you where I am, tell you where the campaign is. You guys in Wichita Falls are part of a giant district. It's huge. It's 520 miles end to end. That's a lot of miles. I like riding a bicycle. Hotter to help 100, right? That used to intimidate me, but now this district does on a bicycle. So we gotta drive it. It's expensive. You guys know the drill on this. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna come here all the time. We're gonna be in Denton all the time. Amarillo all the time. Back and forth. I-287, it's really gonna get tired of us driving down this road. We might end up contributing a lot of money to the speed traps. I'm going to try not to do that. But we're going to be there. We're going to be here. If you want anything, if you want to spend any time, if you say, here are my issues, tell me. We got a whole group. We got a website. Everyone has a website. Tell me that I will address them. And if I'm wrong, tell me that we'll fix it. The best thing we can do is look at the evidence, look at the information, make the right informed decision for the benefit of everybody. We are people first. That's the whole theme, and I'm dead serious about it. But to do it, I need your vote. You hear footsteps behind you. I think that's exciting. So here's the one thing I want to ask. People always ask for your money, they ask for your support, but in the end, I need your vote. And what I really need, I know James will need it too, is not just one. I need you to talk to 10 people. They talk to 10 people. Don't vote 10 times. That's what the Republicans are doing. We need to do it the right way. When we hold all these people accountable, and we will, we hold agents who are taking people off the streets while they're covering their faces, we will hold them accountable. When we do it the right way. We do it the legal way, we do it the right process. We make sure everything is right, in order, the way America works, the way democracy works. We stand for something bigger than who we are individually. I stand for you. I stand for you 100%. Thank you for letting me speak to you today. Thank you for coming. I'm really excited about what we're going to see now with James. Well, maybe those footsteps are true. Thank you for coming, and thank you for your support. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Chelsea Streeter, and I am honored to be your Wichita County Democratic Chair. A little over a year ago, I was in this same building, in this same room, almost in the same place, talking to a lot of the same people about to introduce the same exact person that's coming out in just a few minutes. But that was a year ago, and y'all, it's been a really hard year. And I don't know about y'all, but sometimes when I'm having a hard time in life, I like to disassociate a little bit. And so I think back to, I like to read, especially when I had time. Now I've got a pack of kids, I don't have a lot of time for that. But I like to read, and I like to read fiction. And I like to look at the landscape of the United States today. And if this were a fiction novel, it would be very obvious who the bad guys were. It's the leader that comes in and starts kidnapping families, never to be seen again. Yep. It's the leader that attacks education and makes sure that people don't know what is really going on. It's the people that take out the town criers so that the town criers aren't letting people know and ringing the alarms. It's the people having lavish parties while children are going hungry. But these people could not be in power without the help of dragons. And y'all know dragons, right? Big, scaly things, wings, they breathe fire. But one thing you might not know about dragons is dragons hoard wealth. Dragons will sit on a pile of gold coins, and they're not ever going to spend it because they're dragons. They can't. And this administration would not be able to do what they do without the help of the dragons behind them. And that would be the billionaires who sit on hoards and hoards of wealth that they will never be able to spend in their lifetime or the next generation's lifetimes. Yep. And out of hard times, heroes emerge. And any one of us could be a hero. You could be a hero by running into a burning building to save someone. But you could also be a hero to the family that doesn't have anything to eat if you're helping to feed them. You could also be a hero to the teachers that are supplying their own classrooms by helping them and giving them what they need to educate our future. You could also help be a hero to the person that's living on the streets that needs something warm at night. You can be a hero by running for office, up and down the ballot. So, that being said, I am a firm believer today that we have a hero in our midst. A man that has been calling out the dragons for a long time now, and I know because I've been following him for a long time. And last year I said he was my favorite state rep. I still stand by that. He's doing the work, and he's here today to make a case for why we should be voting for him and sending him to the Senate. Because the Congress up there, they're beholden to the dragons. They're not doing the work. So, without further ado, you're not here to see me. You're here to see the guy in the back. I'd love to introduce you to James Tallarico.
Thank you to the volunteers in the vests who made this event possible. Thank you to all of you for showing up here on short notice. It feels so good to be back in Wichita Falls. We launched this campaign for the U.S. Senate just 2 months ago in my hometown of Round Rock, Texas. And since then, we have been overwhelmed by the response. You know, we started off that first day on the campaign trail with $0 in our new Senate campaign account. But in just the first 3 weeks of the campaign, thousands of Texans giving $5, $10, $15 at a time have raised more than $6.2 million. We've got a lot more work to do if we're going to beat the billionaire mega donors, those dragons who control our politics. But this is an incredible start. We've had thousands of Texans show up to rally with us in Round Rock, in San Antonio, in Fort Bend, in Houston, in Dallas, Fort Worth, in Deep Red, Longview, Texas, in Victoria, Texas, in San Angelo, Texas, in Beaumont, in El Paso, in Amarillo, and now here in Wichita Falls. It's not just campaign events. When I was in Houston, I joined the picket line with striking hotel workers who were demanding better wages and better working conditions. And then a few days after that, I visited Pine Tree High School in rural East Texas, where I judged the cookie bake-off between their culinary students. I ate 12 cookies in a row, and I have no regrets. Those culinary students were top-notch. That's because this is truly a campaign of, by, and for the people. I launched my very first campaign for the Texas House back home in Williamson County 8 years ago. And back then, I was told the race was unwinnable. I was told flipping a Trump district was impossible. I was told I was too young. I was told I didn't have the money or the political connections to win. I was the underdog in that race. But my neighbors and I, we ran an aggressive, authentic, unorthodox campaign that brought people together. And on election night, we flipped that district with 51% of the vote. Now I'm the underdog once again in this race. But my life has shown me always bet on the underdog. Before I was a politician, I was a public school teacher. I that the best preparation for politics is teaching middle school.
Yep.
And if you want a leader who can be both tough and compassionate, hire a middle school teacher. That's exactly what we do every day in the classroom. The west side of San Antonio is this beautiful, historic Mexican-American neighborhood. It's also one of the poorest zip codes in the entire state of Texas. So every single day, my students had to struggle heroically to overcome poverty, overcome racism, overcome systems that were designed to hold them back. My students weren't just kids, they were survivors, dreamers, fighters. I saw it every day in the classroom. I saw it in their eyes, this unshakable resolve, this unconquered spirit. Growing up, I saw that same kind of fight in my mother, a preacher's daughter from Laredo, Texas, who left home at 19. She moved up to the big city, Austin, Texas, and she met my birth father, a 21-year-old high school dropout whose drinking problem sometimes led to violence. And one night, he became abusive again. But that night, my mother's love rose to meet it. She packed all our stuff into her little Ford Escort. She drove me to the hotel where she worked. She begged the manager to let us stay in one of the rooms until we found this little apartment in East Austin. And there wasn't room for a nursery, so I slept in a crib in her closet. And she was so proud of that closet. She decorated it with toys and pictures. No one was going to tell her it wasn't a nursery. Always bet on the underdog. Like my students, my mom was a fighter. And back then, she looked over at the Texas State Capitol and she saw Texas Democrats like Ann Richards and Bob Bullock fighting for her. And so, no joke, when I was 5 years old, she told me we were Democrats. Because she said, Democrats fight for the people. Now, let's be very honest. We haven't seen that kind of fight from the National Democratic Party in quite a while.
Yeah!
But at this critical moment in our nation's history, we need fighters, not folders.
That's right.
Just imagine a Democratic Party that stands up to big money and isn't captured by it. Imagine a Democratic Party that listens to the people, not DC consultants. And imagine a Democratic Party that delivers for people on housing, healthcare, education, and actually defeats the right-wing extremists who have taken over this country. National Democrats don't know how to fight. They're comfortable on the coasts, and they're comfortable with the status quo. But there's something about living in a red state that makes you scrappy. Because Texas Democrats know how to fight. Whether it was LBJ pushing the Great Society through Congress, or Barbara Jordan impeaching Richard Nixon, or Wendy Davis holding the floor of the Texas Senate for 13 hours, or Beto O'Rourke interrupting Greg Abbott's press conference in Uvalde, Texas. For the underdogs. That's what we do. We fight for the many against the powerful few, whether they are bullies, bigots, or billionaires. You know, the more I see what's happening in this state and in this country, the more I think the only minority destroying America is the billionaires. There's been a lot of talk on the other side about trans people. Trans people are 1% of the population.
Yep.
Muslims, 1%
Yep.
of the population. Undocumented people, 1%. of the population. We are all focused on the wrong 1%. Trans people aren't taking away our healthcare. Muslims aren't defunding our schools. Immigrants aren't cutting taxes for themselves and their rich friends. It's the billionaires and their puppet politicians. The culture wars are a smokescreen. So many of the divisions in this state and in this country are manufactured by billionaires who want us fighting each other so we're not fighting them. They want us looking left and right at each other so we're not looking up at them.
Yeah.
The biggest divide in our politics is not left versus right. It's top versus bottom. Elon Musks, the Rupert Murdochs, the Mark Zuckerbergs, the Jeff Bezoses of the world, they work so hard to keep us angry and divided because our unity is a threat to their wealth and their power. So their social media algorithms and their cable news networks tear us apart on an hourly, daily basis. They divide us by party, by race, by gender, by religion. So we don't notice that they're picking our pockets, that they're closing our schools, they're gutting our healthcare, and they're raising taxes on all of us while they cut taxes for themselves. It is literally the oldest strategy in the world. Divide and conquer. They want to keep us from seeing all that we have in common. They want to keep us from realizing that there is far more that unites us than divides us. Because once we realize that basic fact, we will come together across party, across race, across gender, across religion to take power back for ourselves and our communities. We are all being pitted against each other. These for-profit social media platforms and their predatory algorithms divide us on an hourly, daily basis. They elevate the most extreme voices on all sides to provoke our outrage, to get more clicks, to make more money. It's the rage economy. Anger sells. Hate sells. Fear sells. They are appealing to our worst demons instead of our better angels. The billionaires who own these platforms, they are engineering our emotions so they can profit off our pain. They are selling us conflict and calling it connection. They're feeding us empty calories, leaving us all starving for real community. It's why we're gathered here in person. We are building community. We are meeting our neighbors. We are bringing people together across all these manufactured divisions. Because the best way to fight is to unite. That is what we're doing in this campaign. You are all a part of this campaign now. There is something broken in America. Our economy is broken. Our political system is broken. Even our relationships with each other feel broken. And that's because the most powerful people in the world want it that way. My faith teaches me to love my neighbor as myself. Not just my neighbor who looks like me. Not just my neighbor who prays like me. Not just my neighbor who votes like me. I am called to love all of my neighbors the way I love myself. Because despite our many disagreements, we all want the same things. A safe neighborhood, a good job with good benefits, a high quality, well-funded public school, and the ability to see a doctor when we need one. I am tired of being pitted against my neighbor. I am tired of being told to hate my neighbor. It's been more than 10 years of this kind of politics. politics as blood sport, politics as trolling and owning, politics as total war. It tears families apart. It ends friendships, and it leaves us all feeling terrible all of the time. As I travel across this state, I get the sense that across the political spectrum, there is a deep hunger for a different kind of politics. Not a politics of fear, not a politics of hate, not a politics of division, but a politics of love. A love for this state, a love for this country, and most importantly, a love for our neighbors. A love that can heal what's broken in America. I probably shouldn't be starting a political campaign by saying nice things about my opponent. But Colin Allred is a good man. We all put our faith in him as our Democratic nominee 2 years ago. And I was out there, along with many of you, trying to help him defeat Ted Cruz. At the time, I said Ted Cruz is the worst senator in America. But, looking at the current Republican field for this Senate race, I think that title might be up for grabs. Neither John Cornyn nor Ken Paxton deserve the honor of representing this great state in our nation's capital. Their billionaire mega donors than serving the people of Texas. Both of them have sold us out time and time again. Ken Paxton's crimes are well known. I was part of the bipartisan coalition in the Texas House that impeached our corrupt Attorney General. You may not believe this, but I think John Cornyn may be even more corrupt than Ken Paxton. Because John Cornyn was the deciding vote on that big, ugly bill. That big, ugly bill that's gonna kick millions of Texans off their health care. That big, ugly bill that is taking food out of the mouths of hungry Texas children, all to give another tax break to his donors. We oftentimes think of corruption as something that's illegal. But corruption is really just the betrayal of the public's trust. It is the abuse of your public office. By casting the deciding vote on that big, ugly bill, John Cornyn committed an act of corruption of the highest order. And he has forfeited his right to represent all of us in the United States Senate. Paxton like to say that they stand for freedom, family, and faith. But you can't stand for freedom and control what we say, what we read, or what we do with our own bodies. You can't stand for family and vote against paid family leave, affordable child care, and our neighborhood public schools. Can't stand for faith and sell out the sick, the poor, and the vulnerable to give tax cuts to the rich. Neither of them stand for freedom, family, and faith. They stand for control, cruelty, and corruption. And it's why we all have to defeat them in 2026. One last thought. My granddad was a Baptist preacher in South Texas. And when I was real little, he told me that we follow a barefoot rabbi who gave 2 commandments: love God and love neighbor. Because there is no love of God without love of neighbor. Person bears the image of the sacred. Every single person is counts. This American experiment of ours started with that same self-evident truth that all people are created equal. This democracy of ours is a lot more than a constitution. It's a covenant. It's a relationship between neighbors. It's a promise that we make to each other to share this beautiful country. Those billionaire mega donors and their puppet politicians are breaking that sacred promise. And breaking promises in a relationship is not love, it's abuse. And my mom showed me that true love doesn't tolerate abuse. 2,000 years ago, when the powerful few abused the many, that barefoot rabbi didn't stay in his room and pray. He walked into the seat of power and he flipped over the tables of injustice. His love rose to meet that abuse without becoming it. So to those who love this state, to those who love this country, to those who love our neighbors, it's time to start flipping tables. My mom taught me on the east side of Austin. It's what my students taught me on the west side of San Antonio. It's what LBJ and Barbara Jordan taught me. It's what Wendy and Beto taught me. And together, that is exactly how we will take back this state and this country for the underdog in 2026. Stay calm.